Hi, welcome to the Brown CS Alumni Interview Series. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with Kailiang Fu, a distinguished alumnus of Brown University. Kailiang, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
To start, could you give us a little introduction about yourself?
Sure. So my name is Kailiang Fu. I just graduated this May. By accident, I'm the commencement speaker of 2023 at Brown University. So before graduation, I studied CS and history, and I interned at Amazon and Meta at my last 2 summers. At Amazon, I was responsible of Alexa. I use machine learning to help people to learn Alexa skills, like, hey, Alexa, play music. At Meta, I work at the Reality Lab. I was responsible of the system security of a device called Portal. It's part of the Metaverse. And currently, I'm at Uber as an associate product manager. I was responsible of India, Brazil, and Mexico's motorbike.
Wow, that's really cool, Kailiang. And I think you've had quite the diverse array of internships and work experiences, which we'll get into later. But for now, could you tell us a little more about your current role and what a
Sure.
Uber APM is?
Yes. So Uber APM is associate product manager. In other companies, it could be called rotational product manager, like in Meta. And it's basically in 2 years, you take rotation in 3 different teams. For example, one for moto, one for advertisement, one for UberX, or one for Uber Balloon, which is just launched in Turkey. Wow. And you have experience of 3 different teams of how it work like as a product manager in different team, collaborate with different people, because different team have different focus. Some is focused on systems, some is focused on UI UX or business relation stuff like advertisement. And after 2 rotations, you do a world trip. For example, in the previous cohort, they went to Hong Kong, Mexico, and somewhere in US. I don't remember. And to go to the office in those local places to feel how to work like in those offices and what's the culture there, how can Uber do to best fit to that market. And it's kind of a universal benefits for all APM programs. Google has it, Lyft used to have it, Meta has it. So yes, APM is kind of selective role for Uber. The applicants, number of applicants is like 7,000, and they have 9 who get the role. And it's tough thing to get, but it has a lot of benefits as well.
Yeah, that was really cool to hear about. But for now, let's talk about something that relates more back to your time at Brown University. So for current Brown students thinking about course choices, could you tell us about the classes you took at Brown that you feel helped the most in your current roles?
Yes, definitely. I think I can break into 2 parts. One is help me most in my daily work. Second, help me get an offer, right? So those combined are those 4 courses, but the ranking might be a little bit different. The first one is persuasive communication for sure. So it's a legendary communication courses taught by Barbara Tannenbaum, and she's also my coach in speaking. And it's not about persuade others that you are right. It's about how to understand your audience, what they really want, and what you want to express. How can you, find a midway? This is kind of product manager's daily rule. Find a midway with DDAN, have a midway with system, have a midway with the business side, so that everyone have a satisfactory outcome. Especially at Uber, rider and driver are angry about each other. How can you persuade so that each one will understand the difficulty of the opposite side and have a established product to communicate? That's the most important courses for both my daily work and my interview. The second one is introduction to computer science. So at least, so at different companies, APM roles have different focus. At Meta, people prefer people with data science background. However, at Uber and Google, people like those who have engineering background. After getting the role, you will find out it's super important because you are talking with engineer, like basically every day. And sometimes they will say, okay, we cannot do this, or this is kind of will take a long time. For example, one person might said, we cannot count the number of trips conducted. I would just say why. Like I can query it right now, and there's a catch on your phone about number of impressions. Can you do that? They say, okay, I will do a research, because if you don't have that technical background, you really would be fooled or being delayed of your project. So you need to have basic understanding to communicate effectively with your engineers. I think this is kind of second important for my daily work and third important in my interview. The next one would be UI UX. So it's kind of CS courses, CS 1300. And it tells you basic design algorithm, design strategies, as well as the front end. So it helps you both communicate effectively with front engineer, as well as communicate effectively with your designers. I would say it's third important in your daily work and second important in the interviews. The final one would be system design. I nominated it because at Uber and Google for interviews, for APM interviews, normally at the final round, they will have a system design question. For example, build Uber. How would you design the system? Build YouTube. What do you need to consider in your caches? In your load balancing, all kinds of stuff, and which is taught in distributed systems. So I would say it's fourth important in the interviews and not that important in the daily work.
Can you share a little more about your journey from your time at Brown to your current position? What were key milestones or experiences that led you here?
Yes, definitely. So it's such a long journey. I started intern at my first year when I was a freshman. I applied for Brown Connect and I interned at a nonprofit as a data scientist. After that, I thought, okay, I studied CS, so I should be a technical in a technical position. So I basically just brainstorm all the technology companies I can think of in my mind and just go to their official website and go to the job board and apply for every single technical internship. And I think I applied for 250 positions in my second year at Brown. And I only got one interview, which is from Amazon, and where I landed the offer at Amazon, where I work at Alexa to use machine learning to help people learn Alexa skills. After that, I really enjoy my time at Amazon. However, I think I'm still young. I want to try some different roles. So I think about what am I interested in the most. I think there are three categories. The first one is consulting. The second one is quant trading. The third one is product management. For the consulting, I prepare a lot. I think I did over 100 consulting mocks, and I get into a final round of McKinsey and Bain. However, I didn't make it. I didn't pass the final round interview. The second one would be the quant trading. I get into a final round of D. Shang, but didn't make it. Same for product management. This is I applied for Google APM, and I get into the final round, still didn't pass. I think 100 mock interviews on product management as well. So I'm quite frustrated, but at the same time, a LinkedIn Meta HR reached out to me saying that, okay, I saw you intern at Amazon. I'm interested in intern at Meta. I said, sure. I did a one round of interview and getting Meta. So I think besides the Meta part, my application in my third year is kind of trash. It's kind of a series of failures in all kinds of industries. But that actually helped me in the long run. For this Uber product management role, there's one kind of question called leadership or like company level strategy questions. If you have mocked consulting questions, those are just easy peasy. Same for kind of investment questions, a business question. If you have interview, do some estimation questions on the quant trading interviews, this is just easy peasy. Same for product management. Because I have done 100 mocks and then I do 100 more, it's kind of not that hard for all the product management interviews, because I have seen all kinds of questions, basically every kind single categories of strategy, product analytics, system design, every kind of stuff. So I think I faced a lot of failures on my third year at Brown, only recruitment, but it all helped me in the long run to get my Uber APM. And I think in the future, when I have my own startup, all that experience will converge and help me to build a good startup in resisting failures. And this is also my topic about commencement speech. You can go and check. And my fourth year would be just apply for product management role because I have no returns from Meta. I also need to apply for some SWE rules, self-engineer rules, in case I didn't land any PM roles because there's just 50 across the whole tech industry. So finally, I get a SWE role at Bloomberg as well as a product management role at Uber. So because I'm more interested in talking with people, reaching out, have an active presence in all the teams, I choose product management.
Thank you. I think your perseverance is going to be really inspiring for students, and some students applying to 20 and hearing about your journey to it might be a really good motivation for them not to give up and just keep going forward. You never know when your chance is going to come. What do you like about your current role as a product manager, and what motivated you to choose this career path?
Definitely. I think there are two things I enjoy the most while working as a PM. The first one would be my networks, my outreach. At the beginning of the APM program at Uber, we'll talk with different VP, vice presidents about at Uber, including the CEO, which is Dara. And they just come and have a fireside chat with us, and we can raise any question. I even asked one question about Iran-US relation because Dara is from Iran. And the second one would be, okay, so also on the daily work, you get a lot of chance with working with engineering managers, design managers, as well as very high level leadership. For example, every single PRD, product requirement documents, is something that PM summarize in a doc to present to us that what we're gonna do in this season. Every single PRD need to be reviewed by the product VP, vice president. So we get a lot of chance to talk with people higher up in the company. I really like the feeling. The second one is that it helps you to think on a high level. For example, recently it's at the end of year, so I'm doing plannings for the first season of 2024 as well as the first half H1 of 2024, and you can really look back in the past 5 years of like what we do and what we did the best, what we did the worst, and looking beyond in 10 years, where do Uber want to achieve? So it's really high level thinking and help me to understand how the world runs. And I think that's something I really enjoy and I didn't experience in my previous internships. So another stuff would be why I choose PM. I think there are also two reasons. The first reason is that while I intern at Amazon, it's basically comprised of two parts. The first 3 weeks is you take a pause, understanding the whole company, understanding why you are doing this project, why this project matters to users, how can we make a user happier. Then would be like 8 weeks or 7 weeks of implementation of that feature. I really enjoy the first 3 weeks, but I also can do the later 7 weeks. So at the end of internship, I asked my manager, is there a full-time job for the first 3 weeks? And this is for product management. So I want to let the first 3 weeks to be my full-time employment. So I choose product manager. The second reason is that in the long run, like in 10 years, I see myself as an entrepreneur. And I look back thinking what I'm in lack of to be a successful entrepreneur. I think I have enough technical background. I can understand others' code. And if I spend enough time, most of the time, I can understand what are people doing technically. So I'm really in lack of the ability of understand what are users doing, what users want, and how exactly we transfer that user needs to a specific technical feature. It's kind of something I have never experienced of. So I want to be a product manager, learn that experience, and be a successful entrepreneur in the future steps.
Thank you, Kailiang. And finally, what advice do you have for current students worrying over career aspects, especially during the special time of industry-wide layoffs?
Just increase your fault tolerance. I would say be more persevere. I know it's a tough timing. At my final year at Brown, my senior, it's also about laying offs. For Sui, I also applied for about 100 roles, and I only get a Sui offer from Bloomberg. In past years, with my experience, I should get more, but like it's just the culture, it's just the climate, job market. And I think it's even harder now for people who just graduated. I would say first be familiar with failures. It's so common that I receive 3 rejection letters in my email in one day, and that continues for 3 months. And finally, you get an interview and do it. And the second one would be like, is the first one about open-minded? If so, I will repeat in the second one. Look beyond all the big tech companies about Amazon, Google, Meta. Look at the startups, especially those who have great founders. You can go through those. There's a incubator called Y Combinator. You can go to their official website to see, okay, in this batch, in the last batch, what are the companies? And they have a specific job board for those startups. Although they normally expect some years of experience, but it doesn't matter to apply. Like it's not you that being wasted time to review the application. Your job is just submit it and waste their time. And in case they are interested, they reach out to you. So be shameless, be brave.
Thank you so much, Kailiang. That was a really great interview, and I think students will have a lot to learn from what you said.
Okay, thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you.